Have you ever felt like the world was against you, like every door was shut, and every rule was designed to hold you back? Today, we're going to talk about a boy who faced a system of unimaginable injustice, yet rose to change the destiny of a nation. This is the story of Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, a name that echoes with courage, intellect, and the fight for human dignity. Our story begins in 1891, in a small town in British-ruled India. A boy named Bhimrao was born into the Mahar caste, a community branded as untouchable. In the rigid caste system of the time, this was not just a label. It was a life sentence of humiliation. From his very first day at school, Bhimrao was made to feel like he didn't belong. He and other children from his caste were forced to sit on a separate gunny sack, which they had to bring from home and take back with them each day. They weren't allowed to sit with the other students or even on the same benches. Two teachers, who were supposed to be mentored, often ignored them, refusing to touch their notebooks or ask them questions. Imagine being a child, thirsty on a hot day, and seeing a water tap right in front of you. But you can't touch it. You can't drink from it. Bhimrao had to wait for someone from a higher caste, a school peon, to pour water into his cupped hands from a distance. If the peon was absent, he went without water for the entire day. This simple act of drinking water became a daily reminder of his supposed impurity. The pain of this discrimination was sharp and constant. He was an outcast in his own land, in his own classroom. Education became his weapon, his shield, and his path to liberation. He decided he would study harder than anyone else. He devoured books with a hunger that couldn't be satisfied. While others played, Bhimrao read. Late into the night, under the dim light of a kerosene lamp, he would lose himself in the world of ideas, history, and philosophy. His father, a subeter in the army, encouraged his son's passion for learning, often buying him books even when the family could barely afford meals. With incredible effort and the support of a few progressive patrons, including the Maharaja Baroda, Bhimrao's journey took an extraordinary turn. He became the first person from his community to enroll in Elphinstone College in Mumbai, a feat that was almost unimaginable at the time. But his journey was just beginning. He secured a scholarship to study at Columbia University in New York. Think about that for a moment. A young man who was once denied a drink of water in his own village was now walking the halls of one of the world's most prestigious universities. In America, for the first time in his life, Bhimrao experienced what it was like to be treated as an equal. No one asked about his caste. No one made him sit apart. He was judged solely on his intellect and his ideas. It was a liberating experience that solidified his belief in the principles of equality and freedom. He excelled at Columbia, earning a master's degree and a PhD in economics. His academic journey then took him to the London School of Economics and Gray's Inn, where he qualified as a barrister. He was no longer just Bhimrao. He was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, a scholar of international repute. When Dr. Ambedkar returned to India, he was armed not with weapons, but with the most powerful tools of all: a world-class education and an unshakable resolve to fight for justice. He came back to the same society that had once scorned him, but now he was a force to be reckoned with. He saw that nothing had changed for his people. The humiliation, the segregation, the denial of basic human rights, it was all still there. He had to become the voice for the voiceless millions who were trapped in the same system that had tried to crush him. Dr. Ambedkar dedicated his life to the social and political upliftment of the oppressed. He started newspapers like Muknayak, the leader of the Silent Two, give a platform to the issues faced by the unteachables. He organized protests and led movements for civil rights. One of the most significant was the Mahotsatagruha in 1927. He wasn't just claiming water. He was claiming their humanity. His most monumental contribution, however, came during the framing of India's future. As the nation stood on the brink of independence, a new set of rules was needed to govern it. Dr. Ambedkar was appointed as the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution. The boy who was once forced to sit outside the classroom was now the chief architect of the supreme law of the land. It was a moment of incredible historical irony and triumph. He poured his heart, soul, and intellect into this colossal task. He studied the constitutions of countries from all over the world, but he ensured that the Indian Constitution was a document born from India's own social realities. He enshrined in it the principles of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. He made sure to include fundamental rights that would protect every single citizen, regardless of their caste, religion, or gender. He introduced provisions for affirmative action, or reservations, to ensure that the historically disadvantaged communities were given a fair chance to catch up. He abolished untouchability, making its practice a punishable offense. The Constitution became his ultimate answer to the injustices he had faced. It was a promise of a new India. An India where a child like him would never again be denied water or dignity. Dr. Ambedkar's work didn't stop there. He later served as India's first law minister and continued to fight for social reforms, particularly for the rights of women and laborers. Towards the end of his life, disillusioned with the persistence of caste hierarchies within Hinduism, he made a final, powerful statement. In 1956, along with hundreds of thousands of his followers, he converted to Buddhism, a religion that he believed was based on the principles of equality and compassion. The story of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is more than just a biography. It is a testament to the power of the human spirit. It is our courage, our knowledge, and our fight for justice that truly shape who we are and the world we leave behind. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more stories of incredible lives that changed the world. See you next time.